Miss Tracy Parker. She is also known as the diva, the travel diva. She is a sex coach, an IATAN card holder, and a silver consultant. So, guys, I'm going to turn the mic over to Miss Tracy, and we'll begin our meeting. Tracy, can you hear me?
I can. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
I want to apologize first for me not being able to show my video, my face. I'm having technical difficulties, but I appreciate you all for joining me in today on your Saturday to talk about how to book a destination wedding as a travel agent. Again, I've been with the company for 10 years. I am based out of Detroit, Michigan, and I am a destination wedding specialist as well. So we're going to go ahead and get the training started. Um, Come on now. Wait. Okay. Okay. What is a destination wedding? A destination wedding is held away from the couple's home, usually at a resort or tropical destination. It often includes guest and group travel and combine a wedding with a vacation experience. Destination weddings are one of the most profitable and non-relate and relationship building niche in the travel industry. So when you become a destination wedding specialist, it's very amazing. I have been pleasured to have went to Jamaica on a destination wedding fam trip, and it was absolutely amazing. Why destination weddings are for travel agents? You earn higher commission. The group booking opportunities is amazing. You have long-term repeat clients. The vendor perks and incentives are great for your clients as well as yourself. And you also get referral from wedding guests. So what you want to do is you want to kind of have a relationship with the wedding party and get to know the people that you're booking for, and some a lot of those trips come out with additional trips, especially if you do it right. Step one, initial client consultation. You want to learn the couple's vision. You want to discuss a budget. You want to determine how many people will be at this wedding. You want to review preferred destinations, and you want to set realistic expectations with your clients. It is very important to ask detailed questions and listen carefully to the couple's goals, because you don't want them to tell you they want to be on a tropical island and then you suggest going to Vegas. So that's a no go. So you want to be very realistic and listen to exactly what they want. Let's talk about some of the destination choices, and that will affect the client's budget, the travel requirements, and guest attendance. The most popular options that people want to do destinations are Jamaica, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Bahamas, Aruba, Hawaii, and my favorite is Las Vegas. I have had the pleasure of booking three Las Vegas destination weddings, and I did my son Dominican Republic vow renewal. I haven't did a Jamaica actual destination wedding yet, but I have did quotes before, and I have did proposals, and they was almost there, but the I guess the groom decided not to get married. So that's the reason why it didn't go through. It wasn't on my end, but we're going to move on. So step three, select the perfect resort. You want to consider the wedding package. You want to consider adults only versus family friendly, because some people just want the adults to come and not the kids. And some people want their kids to come as well. So that's going to be a big you know issue, or a big determination where you're going to send your clients. You want to look at group rates. You want to look at the room category, and see if there's wedding venues on site, because some of them you would have to go off destination. I know with Vegas, they certain hotels, they have the venues inside of the hotels, and some people may want to go outside on the strip. They do have wedding chapels outside of the hotels, which may be a little cheaper if they doing budget friendly. So you want to consider all of those things when you're selecting the resort, the location of the wedding. Step 4, you want to understand the wedding package details. You want to review what's included with the ceremony. You want to look at options for your reception. You want to see if they're requesting decorating upgrades. You want to see if they're offering photography. You want to see if they have private venues for like the reception, and you want to see if they have outside vendor fees for different like if you wanted a hairstylist to come in, makeup stylist and stuff like that. They're oftentimes have additional fees besides what's offered in the vacation packages for the wedding destinations. Then you want to build the group contract. So by building the group contract, you want to secure the group space. You want to negotiate perks with the hotels or um, the destination wedding specialist. You want to keep track of all your deposits. You want to definitely create a payment schedule for your people. You want to monitor the room blocks and deadlines. So you have to really be into keeping detailed records. You want to create marketing materials. So you want to kind of build your brand and keep the communication professional and exciting. You can use your flyers, social media posts, booking links, wedding websites, and email campaigns. So you can even though you're doing destination weddings for a couple, you can also use that to market additional bookings outside of your wedding block because you're already got the space held, you already got the information for that. And then you just create a new post and you can invite other people to that destination. So it's very important to stay organized and deliver exceptional customer service during the booking process. So managing the guest reservations, you want to track payments again, confirm travel documents, handle room requests, provide reminders, and assist with changes. Because not sometimes you may have a person that want to go with a fiance or a husband, and they decide, okay, but that person don't want to go. I'm going to take my sister. So the room type may change as opposed to having a single bed. Now you need double. So you want to keep track of all of that, and you want to make sure that you keep detailed notes because that's going to be really important when you dealing with multiple people on a grand scale of the destination weddings. You just have to be very detailed and organized when you're dealing with a large group. You're going to coordinate with the wedding team, communication timelines. You want to submit guest lists. You want to confirm ceremony details, and you want to finalize an event schedule. So definitely you building a communication rapport with the wedding coordinator is very essential when you're doing destination weddings because that's going to be your go-to person in case you're not able to go. For the most part, all of my destination weddings, I always go, especially if I have over 20 rooms. I want to make sure that when the people check in and when they get to the hotel, they don't have any issues. I know when I did my wedding, my Las Vegas wedding, um, the lady she was concerned about the groom adult children coming to destroy the wedding, and she gave me descriptions, she gave me names of who she didn't want there, and I was like bodyguard at the door. So it was other people that came late after the ceremony already started, but it was a niece nephew, but they fit the description of those kids, adult kids that didn't want the wedding to take place, and they was not getting inside that building. So it was kind of like, things like that. You want your bride or your groom to not have any worries when they are on destination. You want them to focus on, them too. So I was able to assist with the keeping the people out, and she had a beautiful wedding. So the final travel preparation, you want to before departure, you want to make sure you sending out your clients itinerary. You want to confirm the flight details. If it's a international wedding destination, you want to make sure that you review the passports because sometimes a person can tell you, "Oh, I have a valid passport," and it may be expiring like a month or two before they're set to leave. And we know that you have to have at least 6 months or better of a valid passport for them to go to certain destinations. So you want to kind of like review that before the final payment, or the final confirmation date. You want to kind of like prepare your clients for having that information ready and available for you. You want to kind of share packing tips, provide emergency contacts, and for my groups, whether it's a single trip or a group trip, I always send trinkets, whether it's water bottles, keychains, t-shirts. I always want to give them a parting gift, something directly from my business to show them that I appreciate them booking with me. So after the wedding, you want to ask them to, send you a review to say how you did. You want to ask for referrals. If you know somebody else is getting married or want a trip, you ask for the referral. Either they can say yes or no. A lot of people they'll, if you do what you're supposed to do as a travel agent, they'll ask, well, I'm planning on doing this. I'm planning on doing that. You think your travel agent help me plan a trip? Ask your clients to share their photos. Offer anniversary trips to the bride and groom. Build repeat business by just engaging with your clients, with the people that book trips. Offer, incentives. If you refer a person to me, I can give you a vacation certificate to go somewhere else, to stay for a couple of days. Just engage and be courteous and, be respectful and just work your magic. So now some of the top mistakes to avoid when you're doing destination is waiting too long to reserve space because sometimes the space can fill up if they have a certain date that they want to be get married on. If you don't book the venue far enough time, somebody else may take that spot. The poor communication, not listening, giving them things that they didn't ask for. If they ask for specific things that's a must have, you omitting that, not being able to provide that. If they you have deadlines with having like birth certificates or certain things that they need by a certain date, you want to make sure that you meet those deadlines. Not documenting payments. If a person gave you 500, you only put the 250 on there. So now you looking for additional money from them, and they like, I didn't paid you already. So that's a big one. When you start messing with people money, they kind of like lack trust. Ignoring travel insurance. Any trip that I book, and I'm gonna say at least 500 or more, but lately anything that I book, travel insurance is going into that quote, regardless of if you want it in there or not. You have to let me know that you want me to take that off, and then I'll have that documented that you opted out of travel protection. So that's a big thing for me, travel insurance, because it saves you the headache of them canceling, not being able to get their money back. And then if you pick the right travel insurance, you will get paid whether they go or not. So you want to kind of look at that as a big option for you. Tools every destination wedding agent should use. They have a CRM system. They have a payment tracking spreadsheet that you can get off of Google. They have Kana. I use Travel Joy, but they have different marketings that you can use to create your flyers. Supply booking portals. If you have enough room, the suppliers will give you a web page where you can send it out to your clients, and they can make those payments online once you set up the initial booking. You want to give out, you want to create an email template. That way you'll have, like, this is the first payment. You can send them that, this is what you have left. Just some type of tracking, um, form that you can send them that's already created. That way, all you got to do is plug in the email of the your client and just send it to them. That'll save you a lot of time when you already create your email templates. So in closing, destination weddings can grow your travel business and create unforgettable client experience. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to get this information. And I encourage you to start marketing destination weddings. It's a big business. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of money too if you do it right. And thank you all again. Do
Great
you have any
presentation.
questions?
Yeah, great presentation, Tracy. And I want to
Thank
thank
you.
you for presenting that to us tonight. Now, I want to invite any of the agents to ask any questions. Feel free to unmute, guys.
Hey, Tracy.
Yes.
First of all, thank you for taking time out of your Saturday to do this for us. Destination weddings has been one of my niche markets as well.
Mhm.
But like you said, it is time consuming. What do you suggest that we use to kind of keep up with the time? Like how much time we're using talking to the bride, how much time we're using to speak to the venue. How do you keep up with your time and your appointments?
I have a spreadsheet that I use when I'm talking to the client. I'll set up either a Zoom meeting where she can see my face, or if they have iPhones, where we can talk. Where I have a one-on-one with the bride, or if the groom wants to be there, and however much time they need. I normally do like 20 to 30 minutes so I can get all the information. And then I just make sure I write everything down. Like I have a spreadsheet if I'm doing destination weddings. I'll have the date, the wedding date, the what type of venue they're looking for, how many people they're expecting. So I try to get all of that information on my wedding destination spreadsheet. What colors they want the flowers to be. Do she need a makeup person there? Because there's so much dealing with the destination wedding for the bride. They may want if all the girls that come with certain things, if somebody can accommodate all the people makeup. So all of that stuff is important when you're dealing with a bride, because you don't know if you're dealing with a bridezilla or what. But you want to just I like to carve out at least 30 minutes to talk to the bride. If they need more time, I'll make myself available.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any more questions? That was a good question.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Uh,
Go ahead.
so, when there's a destination wedding, say like in the U.S., because a lot of it's not all inclusive,
Yes.
and sometimes there's certain vendors when they want to have like like for example, like a horseback riding on their honeymoon, or something of that event, but we don't have the accessibility like through like Viator to use. And what do you do in those cases? Do you try to package things out all together into the quote individually and charge for the separate events or excursions?
Yes, I would definitely package separately. I would get the hotel book first, because most of the time when you have destination weddings, you have people coming from different states. So I always lock in the hotel. We add flights later. Some people may not want to do the horse, so I find out, how many people want to go to the event, and then I will do that separately. So the hotel would be first, flights would be added, and then the excursions will be added based on people that want to go individualized.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm having a relationship with each person that I'm booking with. So I'm not giving the bride that responsibility of um booking everybody. Okay, well, she got to collect this. So once we find out how many people want to go, then I reach out to them and say, well, this is the price. I can send you over, the invoice, or you this is what you pay for, what day is going to be there. So I coordinate all that with me after the hotel is booked.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because I
You're
was
welcome.
kind of struggling with that, just
Yeah.
because everybody wants to do different things,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's kind of hard to keep up with it. And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sure when it comes to destination weddings, if the actual wedding, if the person in charge of the actual wedding itself, if it's something that as a travel agent we need to be involved in. Um,
Yes. Yes. You want to make the bride and groom as stress free as possible. Having them book those extra excursions on their wedding time will be extremely stressful for them.
okay, thank you so much.
You welcome.
Right, can I chime in?
Uh-huh.
You can also with my groups as well as the weddings that I've done. I schedule an excursion meeting with those that are interested in excursions.
Mm-hmm.
I tell the bride and groom they don't have to get on because we keep the main thing, which is their nuptials. But those that want to participate in excursions, I've scheduled Zooms with them.
Okay, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a
Thanks,
couple.
Mo.
We do have a couple questions there from Jean. We have for the spreadsheet. Do you create your own, or is there pre-made?
Yes, I create my own. I just recently discovered um Claude. Miss Nita Jackson Mitchell introduced me to the AI, and I've been using Chat GTP. And when I tell you they are amazing, they would create whatever you tell it to. So I've been creating spreadsheets, and I put exactly what I want on those spreadsheets. I'll write it down, like brainstorm it first to say what I want, and then tell Chat GTP or Claude to create it, and it'll give you exactly what you need. And so that's a good way to keep up with all of your payments. The birthdays, what people like, colors, like the bride and groom, I kind of like to get colors with what their favorite color is. Me, I do t-shirts for them, the bride squad, the groom squad, because those destination weddings are generating a lot of income. So I kind of like go overboard a little bit, but that keeps people from coming back to you. So okay, but they make sure we good when we down there. So with her, so yeah.
Great. I have Bobby is wanting to know if we can get a copy of this PowerPoint.
Oh yeah.
Per-
I think Nina will probably put it in uh her YouTube page, and we all have access to that.
Great. Another question is, what is the shortest amount of time and longest amount of time you had to book a wedding? How many months ahead do you suggest for planning as a guideline?
I would say at least 6 months would be kind of like ideal. And the shortest one I have done was 2 months. So, but they was ready to like make payments. Everybody was make ready to pay all at once. So when you're doing it like that, yeah, if you got all your money, then yeah, you can do it in 2 months. But I would say at least 6 to 9 months out, to give people time, to get the deposits in, to see if the venue has spots, and you want to give people at least 6 to 9 months when you're doing the destination weddings. But the shortest I have done was 2 months.
Oh, wow. Okay. And do you have a list of vendors you prefer to work with for destination weddings?
Um, I don't have a specific vendor. I use Fun Jets when I'm booking either Delta Vacations or Fun Jet when I book my hotels, and then my Las Vegas people. I do have a contact in Las Vegas that I call and talk to, because I use a certain hotel. So I have a contact there that I can talk to, and the wedding coordinator is amazing. I can share that information as well. She's better than amazing. So she worked with me. We got the wedding off to a perfect, it was just perfect all the way around. She accommodated the bride on all her changes that she wanted, and it didn't cost her a lot of money to make the changes that she needed. But I don't have a specific vendor. I just use FunJet and Delta Vacations to book my hotels. That's my go-to vendors.
Trey, can
Okay.
I add to that?
Yes.
Okay, for those of you who are newer agents on the line and you're really trying to break into that niche market, I am all for making everything easier, because Tracy can tell you, and a lot of the other veteran agents can tell you, that we had it hard from the beginning and we had to figure things out without any references. Um, Classic Vacations is really, really good and understated for groups. They even have a white glove website that you can actually create yourself. And when I tell you it is dummy proof, like, I am so not computer savvy at all. My adult daughter shows me things on the computer, and once I've seen it, I can do it over and over again, which is what happened with AI, and I swear by it now. But Classic Vacations, their groups are really easy to manage. Their BDMs are very accessible. Um, and they have tools that they will walk you through. So, like Tracy said, Vax is another one that is really user friendly. So, start off using the vendors that are easier to manage and then build your way up. Also, I wanted to add, um, Delta Vacations is really good for me, for their insurance, and I don't give clients the option to not buy the insurance. It's mandatory with everything that I book. But I don't know if you guys caught when Tracy said that whether they go or not, you still get paid. That's a thing with commissions. If your clients don't have the proper insurance and they cancel their trip, you don't get a commission. If you book using the proper insurance and the proper vendors, you will still get paid. And Delta Vacations is one that I swear by now because of T. Our gold consultant T taught me years ago that, hey girl, book with them because you'll still get paid. And I do use them an awful lot. So um um is that Gene or John? You want to read it, and that is where a lot of agents go wrong. They don't read. Take your time and read it, because it will tell you if you're still going to get paid the commission or not. Delta Vacations is really good for spelling things out. So if you guys are not delving into the vendor websites, schedule some time to do that. Pick a vendor and do one per week and read everything on their websites. That is really how we learn them, using them every single day. Even if we weren't booking, we were doing mock bookings, or we were just plugging and playing to figure things out, and then share that information, because the more you talk about it, the more you're teaching yourself. Examine each and every website and read word for word. That's the best advice that I can give you. It will tell you if you're still going, if your commission is protected or not. Thanks again, Trey.
All right. Thank you, Nina. That was good.
We have another question for you. How do you handle the guest list? My bride I'm working with set up a wedding website for her guests, but for me, how do I keep track? Also, how do you handle resorts that the response times takes weeks?
Um, I have everything is written down for me. I have a guest list app, not app, but I have a guest list spreadsheet. I put everybody who all is going to be in the room together, put what type of room they want, and also I'm tracking the payments. I'm tracking if they have special food requests. You know, some people are vegan, some people is diabetic, they can't have certain things. So I'm tracking all of that on my spreadsheet for my guest list, because that's a very important to keep a list of the guest list, because you may have the bride of groom, they'll refer people to you, and then they'll want to know, did anybody else call, or did anybody else book, and then you want to be able to provide that information to the bride. Okay, yeah, you had Brian and Cindy, they on the list now, so the bride and groom can be aware too of who all is coming, because a lot of time they'll just forward the information. They try this is my travel agent, book with them, let me know when you book. And they'll be out of the loop. So we want to kind of keep everything. So I just keep my own notes, and I create it, through the chat GTP AI system. So I create my own spreadsheets because I know what I want to put on my spreadsheets to keep track of everything. So I just make my own.
Trey, can I chime in again?
Yeah.
Before I started using a CRM, I used a Google Doc form, a
Hmm.
client profile form where they gave me their information, but they also listed who they were rooming with. And after the deposits were due, if I did not receive the deposit from said roommate, I would communicate to both of them and say, hey, I received notification that you're supposed to be rooming together. However, only half of the deposit was paid. I don't say who didn't pay it. I send it to both of them. So that way one know who paid, the one who knows who paid, they were like, oh, that ain't me. And then they communicate with each other. So you could definitely use a client profile form in the beginning via Google Doc, and then you can extract that into an Excel. It pulls all the data for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Also, we have another question. Do you have, or I'm sorry, do you use FunJet for honeymoons? I had a call this afternoon to pick up where another travel agent dropped the ball. They are having a mini moon in Aruba in October and a full blown honeymoon in Hawaii next year.
Yes, I use FunJet, Sandals, um, Delta. So yeah, but FunJet is my go-to. But yeah, you can do a honeymoon, a mini moon, a blue moon. You can do whatever you need to do. FunJet. Yeah, so it's the Apple Leisure Group. They have a bunch of different things in there with the vax. So I just FunJet has been my go-to. So I just like FunJet, you know.
Great. What is the proper insurance to make sure from Jean?
Cashback option. So that's a higher premium that they pay, which means if they cancel their vacation, they'll get back everything cash related except for what they paid for the travel protection. So say if the travel protection cashback option is $299 and they put $1,000 down on their trip, they'll get back everything except for the $299, and you will still get your commission.
Okay. How do you feel about giving all the guests, say, a Google form to fill out with all this information?
I feel good about it because I need that information in order to properly give them the information that they need and secure the bookings that they need. So I don't have a problem giving people information because I need that information in order to research what you're looking for, or to put on the bookings, all of the information that I need. So I give them each individually. I don't send it as a group. You know, I'll do it individually. That way they can send it back to me individually.
Okay, great, guys. Those were all good questions. Do we have any more questions?
I got one
Yeah.
more
Hmm.
question. Is a simple one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, when okay, so as far as areas with that are not all inclusive and they're they want that all inclusive like Jamaica and all these other places offer, how do you go around that when you know that it's not available where they want to stay?
If they want all inclusive, they definitely probably wouldn't do domestic. But now I had went to a travel trade show just recently in Las Vegas. It's offering all inclusive resorts. I think it's because of the loss of business, but when I talked to the BDM there, he said that they have certain hotels in Vegas that's all inclusive where they offer drinks and food packages that's included in the hotel stay.
Okay, yeah, because I'm the only one that they want to go to Outer Banks in North Carolina, because it
Okay.
is beautiful there, but that whole area, there's no such thing as all inclusive there, and I'm kind of
Yeah,
having
so
challenges with that.
yeah, you would just have to communicate with that with them, and what they can probably do is set up maybe a dinner, and like find out how many people um is going to be at this particular dinner and get a set price. That way you can split, like say if it's $1,200 for maybe 30 people, you can split that total up among the people and let them know for $30 a person, and it's gonna, you'll be able to eat, all you want at this, particular time. Something like that. You probably want
Okay.
to talk to the hotel and see if they can offer something, especially if you have a larger group. They may can do like a buffet type dinner or something like that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can I chime in, Trey? I'm sorry. And if
Uh-huh.
the
Yep.
property, if the resort doesn't or the property doesn't offer it, I've had clients that went to Ocean City for like a little retreat. So I just reached out to a caterer and arranged it there and just booked the space at the property that they were staying. So I arranged with the
Oh,
caterer.
okay.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's nice.
So those are options too. You gotta kind of like think outside of the box. Don't tell them no. Just tell them you'll figure it out. Reach out to us. We're crafty.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Mo. That was a good one. I'm taking notes too. I'm taking notes.
Have you ever had to part ways, drop a client because of bridezilla behavior? Or do you just
um
deal with the behavior and not address it?
I have turned down bookings, all money not good money, and what I won't do is be disrespected when I'm offering a service, and I just certain things I'm not going to tolerate. But yeah, I have turned down bookings, but I haven't um if a person have paid, I haven't been in a situation where a person paid their money, and I just say I'm not about to service you. I'll know if I'm going to take that client before they give me that money if I'm gonna deal with them. So I'm not going to take money if I'm unsure about the connections that I'm having, because I can tell just having conversations with people if I'm willing to deal with that type of energy. So it's just up to you whether you say, do I really want to take on this? You know, so some people you just can't work with just based off of initial contact. So you just have to know yourself to know if you willing to deal with that type of issue.
And how do you get gifts for the guests to them? How do you get the guests for them? Um,
Um, well, the ones that I have been given to, I will do a meet and form a meeting, and I'll meet with the initial person that I'm doing the booking for, and I'll either give it to them, or if I'm going to the destination, I'll bring it with me.
and what
So
are
they
some?
they
Go
mhm.
ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, with my Vegas people, I did T-shirts. I did the T-shirts with them, so I brought it with me. She didn't know the lady that booked with me. She didn't know I was coming, so I surprised her, and I brought the T-shirts with me. I brought the glasses, the glitter glasses for the ladies. I bought the shot glasses for the men. And I think I gave them like keychains with Parker Travel Group on it, and I gave them some neck, uh, the little fans for the neck because it was hot in Vegas. So they kind of like, was really excited about that. Yeah, so I just brought it with me. I took an extra suitcase and just put the stuff in there. And then
Okay.
if I don't go with them, I'll normally let the person that books, that has the group, I'll let them know that I have some things being sent to them. I can ship it to the person that's booking with me and have it shipped directly to that person.
Okay. How do you charge a planning fee for the bride and groom and or a separate contract fee for the wedding guest? Also, do you use a pricing scale based on the number of guests and the wedding party and the destination location?
I don't charge a booking fee for the wedding because I include if I want extra, I would include that into my booking price. Whatever price I quote them, my fee is already included. So I'm not charging them separate. I
Okay.
just I just up my commission.
Next question is from Mike. I'm looking at taking my wife next year on a vow renewal / honeymoon that we never had. Where would you recommend booking through Delta Vacations or Funjet? I'm hoping to do
Delta,
an adult only, all inclusive.
Delta Vacations.
Okay. Speaking of t-shirts, do you have a good supplier for one?
Yes, I actually use a local guy. His name is Daryl from Detroit. I think Nina knows him. That's my guy, Daryl.
Yep.
He's been doing my t-shirts. I want to say for over 15 years. So, because I'm the family member that plans all the family reunions for my family. So we've been using his t-shirt service like forever. So anytime I have anything dealing with t-shirts, he's my go-to. He's
He,
amazing.
he also has done every convention elite t-shirt that we've ever had. Also, we do have Jess. Jess is on the line, I believe. Our silver consultant, Jessica, she does t-shirts and other items as well. She can give you information on what she does.
Okay.
So Nina, I'm going to start a post and have everybody chime in if you're a crafter, be looking
Mm-hmm.
on our page so that you can let people know, because I share other teammates' information too. We have a
Okay.
plethora of agents that have multiple businesses that we can tap in.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you.
I have another question for you too, Tracy. If you book a destination wedding through Sandals, they pay commissions on everything booked through them. That was
Yes,
more of a
Sandals pays good. I booked
okay.
one room and got a $700 commission check off of one booking in Sandals. So yeah, do Sandals.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Barcelo pays really good too.
they do.
They do.
Yeah.
They pay separately. One commission for the rooms and one commission for the actual ceremony itself. Not a lot of properties pay you for the actual weddings. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to read to find out what you're going to get paid for. But I swear by Barcelo, you get lots of commission from them.
All right. I'm thumbing through the chats, guys. I don't see any more questions for our destination wedding presentation. Does anybody else have any other questions for Tracy? All right, going once. Great presentation. Thank you. Great info.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. I don't see any more questions. So, Tracy, I would like to thank you for the presentation again. This was a beautiful presentation, and also I want to thank everybody for attending. I know you guys could probably be somewhere else on a Saturday night, so thank you for attending tonight's training. So, guys, on behalf of Nina Jackson Mitchell and the elite leadership team, I want to thank you guys again for joining and have a good night.
Thank you, guys.
Bye bye, guys.